Demonio Fleur 悪魔にだってなるわ。でも足もいらない。ランジャグジークラッチ。逃がさん。
What's going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're going to be covering the brand new Demonio Fleur Nico Robin from the New Year's Sugo Fest. This character is pretty awesome, and if you guys have seen the recent Sugo Fest pull video that I uploaded, I now have this character at max rainbow status. Some of the clips that you'll see in this video don't have the rainbow border on Robin because it was prior to that pull video. Some of the clips will have it, so it is what it is, but the purpose of this video is to really discuss her abilities in greater detail and just give you my thoughts and opinions on initial usage of this character. And you'll be seeing in a couple of clips in this video that some of the damage that we can achieve with this Robin is pretty amazing, and it just means that we have a lot to look forward to whenever we get our next super boss, Kizuna. Hopefully we get a strength boss that we can abuse this Robin with. Even if you can't, use a full, quick team against a strength boss, just chucking this Robin in a team is going to be a great addition, just due to what she can provide for your crew. And we're going to discuss all of that in today's video. So let's just start things off. Robin herself is a quick cerebral free spirit, so a great class and type combination. She is a super class free spirit character. Would have been nice if it was super class free spirit, but either way, another cerebral based legend, nothing wrong with that. And the captain ability itself will give you -1 cooldown to the crew, which is great of course if you're running double Robin, -2 cooldown sockets, -4 total. If you use a ship, it's -5. You can see it stacks relatively quickly. Also giving an attack boost to quick, cerebral, and free spirit, all by 5.25, with a 1.25 health boost. And then there's a further added effect that says that when you use a special effect, or a special ability is launched that is a boosting effect that is a conditional boost, she will extend the duration of the conditional boost by 1 turn. Now, I'm not really a big fan of this, per se, because if you're using a special ability to extend the duration of a conditional boost, that's fine, but the thing is in order to activate a conditional boost, you actually need to have the enemy inflicted with a condition, and she doesn't extend the enemy's condition that's inflicted to them. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to extend the duration of your conditional boost unless if you have some type of way to facilitate applying that condition again over another stage or over multiple turns. So I'm not really a big fan of that. I think it would have been interesting if this Robin had the ability to extend the duration of a buff or a debuff that is inflicted to the enemy in order for you to get the conditional boost as well. That would have made this character just absolutely bonkers crazy good. I'm not saying that her captain isn't that, it's definitely a usable captain, but her captain ability isn't the shining light of this unit. It's not the reason you pull for this Nico Robin. The reason you pull for this unit is because of the unique special, which we'll get to in just a moment. But her captain ability does continue and says that for the next 3 turns after launching her special, you get an added effect of being a 5.5 times captain instead from the previous 5.25, and she also provides an additional 30% damage reduction in her captain. I'm not really too sure why she does that, because in turn to you activating her special, the whole reason you do that is to get more damage so that you kill the boss. So I don't really understand why there's a damage reduction effect when you're aiming to kill the boss. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, I suppose if there's an enemy death hit like there is on the turtle farming event, then at that point, yeah, I could kind of understand why she has that. But at the same time, it's just very weird. It's just something that doesn't really need to be there. An added utility piece would have been awesome. More matching slots would have been awesome. Something along those lines would have been a great addition to this character, but 30% damage reduction, it doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. Of course, when you use this character as a captain, you'll get access to her superclass special, and in order to activate it, you do need one of the Straw Hats on the crew, or you can use Yamato, Sabo, or Koala, so a pretty good array of characters there. The actual effect itself will give you -1 cooldown to the crew, and then further boost the crew's slot effect boosts by 0.25. So very, very interesting. If you have an orb boost already when you proc this effect, then it just gets a buff, which is kind of cool. But if you don't have an orb boost active, it's going to apply a 2.5 times orb boost to quick, cerebral, and free spirit characters for 1 turn. And cerebral characters become super cerebral. So it's not like a really amazing effect. Essentially, you know, -1 cooldown and an orb boost. If you have one, you buff it. Like, pretty simple stuff. So, to be honest, this effect is kind of cool, but the problem here is, once again, is that Nico Robin doesn't have a single effect in her kit in total that has a way to generate more matching slots for the crew. So the fact that she is an orb booster is a little strange, I'll admit. So I think it would have been better maybe if it was, you know, a way to give you a full board of matching slots, or if instead of an orb boost, it was an attack boost. I think that probably would have worked a little bit better for this character and what she aims to do. But also at the same time, you can't really reject a 2.5 times orb boost, or, you know, you can have a better orb boost and just buff it with her superclass special. So at the end of the day, it's not a bad effect, it's just an effect that is kind of odd. And it's like, yeah, okay, you know, we'll take it. It's just an extra ability added, you know, on top of what this character already has. But now we can get to the meat and potatoes of what Robin is trying to do with her amazing special ability, which is a 20% health cut that bypasses defensive effects. And then she goes on to state that if you have a cerebral captain, then for the next 3 turns, you're allowed to apply 2 damage stacking effects. And it does say you can't stack damage boosts of the same type. What this essentially boils down to, right? It says if you have a cerebral captain for the next 3 turns, you can have more than 1 conditional boost at the same time. So this is a really powerful effect, right? Because this is the first character in the game that is able to do such an effect. You know, if you have a defense down conditional, when you apply a delayed conditional, it's not going to activate. However, with Robin, you are able to do that. So she will also apply a conditional boost, which we'll get to in a moment, but you can use another conditional boost on top of this unit, ultimately multiplying your damage by an absurd number. So that happens for the next 3 turns, where you can double stack your conditional boosts if you have a cerebral captain. However, if you have a free spirit captain, you can stack multiple conditional boosts for 1 turn instead. So as long as you have a free spirit or a cerebral captain, you're going to be able to do this on the same turn as activating the Robin special ability, which is the most important thing about it. So this is a very, very good effect. As I said, no one else in the game can do what she is able to do, and I guess that's why it makes her a Super Sugofest exclusive, and furthermore, this is exactly why this character is going to be an absolute powerhouse in Super Boss Kizuna, because, as we all know, that Super Boss Kizuna is where you want to be stacking all your damage boosting effects in one team, and this is just applying a free boost on top of everything else that you can already apply. The good thing about Robin as well is she has access to some very good support characters too, so she's going to be a very usable character in Super Boss Kizuna, and even on teams where she doesn't have type advantage herself, the fact that she has the ability to stack all of these buffs at the same time means that as long as you can, you know, have a cerebral or a free spirit captain, Robin is going to be a fantastic addition to almost any Super Boss team. As we stated, Robin does have the effect as well to also give you a 2.25 times defense down conditional boost, and it also will apply an 80% defense reduction to the enemy for 2 turns. And the way that it works is that it says that for 1 turn you get the defense down if they have an immunity to defense down or immunity to all status effects. However, the defense down will last for 2 turns if they don't have the immunity buff. So it's kind of weirdly worded, but it really means that as long as you activate the special, no matter what, you're always going to get at least 1 turn of a defense down conditional boost with a multiplier of 2.25. And then this character already providing a 2.25 conditional, stacking with so many other characters. Obviously, the brand newly released Super Sugofest Nami, when she's the captain, you can get a 2.25 times paralysis conditional attack boost. Another character you could stack with it would be like Usopp and Yasop from the Film Red Celebration Sugofest, giving you also, I think it's also a 2.25 times conditional boost. And Usopp and Yasop also have a base attack boost that they give to free spirit and shooter characters. So those are just 2 characters off the top of my head that work amazingly with this character, being able to provide you with a conditional boost that can already stack with what Robin is aiming to do. So there is a lot of room for potential for Robin to grow into, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how people are going to be using this character in the future. And also stacking all of these damage effects on top of each other, she also has a final tap special. Now in order to activate her final tap special, you do need to have one of the Straw Hats, Yamato, Sabo, or Koala on your crew when you reach the final battle. So this is obviously final tap, so you can only use it on the last stage of the last fight. So that is a little unfortunate, but at least there's no other condition that you need to fulfill. You do need a character on the crew, a very specific character, but as long as you're fulfilling the super class condition, you'll be able to get this effect. Now, unfortunately, the effect isn't amazing, where it just gives you a 2.25 times chain multiplier of the final chain. So this is the exact same final tap that Legend Uta also has, except I think Uta also gives herself a matching slot. So the fact that this character doesn't even do that is also kind of weird. As I said, you know, this character literally does not have any effect in her kit that allows you to get more matching slots. So a little bit of a strange build, I will admit. It's a very, very weird situation that Robin finds herself in. But the final tap is a little underwhelming, I'll admit. It would have been nice if there was an additional effect along the way. And then finally, her last effect that I think may actually be kind of useful, a little bit underrated at least for now, but definitely in the future this effect might be useful, is her support, where it attaches again to the same characters, any Straw Hat, Yamato, Sabo, or Koala, and it says that the character you attach to, when they use their special to give you a conditional boost, she adds plus 0.2 to the conditional boost of the supporting character. So hypothetically, if you have Usopp and Yasop that you attach this character to when you use that character special, the 2.25 times conditional becomes a 2.45 times conditional boost. So yeah, this is a really nice effect, even if you cannot apply this character on the team to get, you know, the double stat conditional, you can at least attach it to a character to get a buffed version of the conditional boost. So I do like that. It's kind of cool, kind of neat, and again, another unique effect that only this Robin gets access to. So overall, I think that Robin, you know, as we've already touched upon, she is a very unique character. No one else in the game can do what she is able to do. And for those reasons, this character will always be a useful character to have. And she's mainly going to see a lot of play in content where you need to do a crap load of damage, which is like a Super Boss Kizuna, for example. Or if we find ourselves in a really weird piece of content where you just need absurd amounts of damage. Unfortunately, Robin doesn't really have any utility effects in her kit, so that really does bring her down a little bit, and that is the reason why she's only really going to be used in content where you need serious damage potential. Because the lack of utility in this kit of this character means that, you know, if you're up against, you know, super difficult content, high-end content, she probably won't be the best choice for that content. Not saying she won't be able to beat it, because her kit is fantastic, but it's probably not the most optimal choice, because the lack of utility in Captain, the super class, and also the special, it's probably not the most ideal kit ever, but the damage she gives your team is just absolutely wild. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
Gigantic! Demonio Fleur Nico 悪魔にだってなるわ。でも足いらない。ウランジャグジークラッチ。容赦はしない。逃がさん。 もいらない